So Collision is tonight. There's a bit of talk about and something that was announced last night, this morning, that is big fucking deal. So let's talk about it. Obviously, we haven't got the whole card confirmed, but I wanted to confirm it because I've got stuff to do today, I think. So, our first thing we're going to talk about is our AEW National Championship match between the National Champion Mark Davis and Speedball Mike Bailey. This match is going to be great. I don't think Speedball will win. I think Mark Davis will retain, but I think the match will be absolutely stellar. I think Speedball and Mark Davis are just two of your most reliable guys in terms of you know what you're going to get. They're so consistent and so great. Frankly, it's just this thing that we call professional wrestling. And overall, I just think it'll be a really fun match. Obviously, Speedball, has been on a bit of a... Ever since Kevin turned heel, he's kind of, slowed down a bit. But then Mark Davis himself has also just kind of, been here and there. So it's nice to see him back and have a match for the first time in a while. But I do think the match will be great. I don't think it'll be our match of the night, because obviously not. But, I think the match will be really good. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a stellar match. I wouldn't be surprised if the belt did change hands, but I just don't think it will. I think... the thing is, if they change the belt hands, if they give it to Speedball, I won't be against it because it gives Speedball something to do, which he is desperately in need of. But also, I feel like with Davis, he's just... frankly, it just suits him a bit more. But then you've also got the stuff with Andrade in the distance that's kind of lurking for that belt. And with Grand Slam Mexico coming up, feels like that's your obvious call, unless you're going to do Speedball dropping the belt that soon, which I just don't think is the right answer. But as an actual match, I think this will be really fun. I'm looking forward to this a lot. Obviously, I think they're both great workers. I think Mark Davis will retain, but I think the match will be really, really good. So, after this, we actually get our first ever TBS title defense from Hikaru Shida versus Harley Cameron. Ever since Shida won the belt at the Survival of the Fittest match. Obviously, I think this is a tailor-made Shida win. It makes sense. It's the first defense. They're not going to have it drop it this quick. The big thing is, obviously, I think she'll absolutely destroy Harley. I think she should. There's a bit of history there now with how Harley and Shida don't get on. But I feel like the big thing is here, how do you work in Persephone and how do you work in what's going on with Stat? I feel like Stat will be involved. Obviously, losing the belt to Shida and that whole feud, and same with Persephone being involved. I feel like you're going to kind of get that. I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being a match Stat versus Persephone too. I feel like that could be something that is confirmed for Dynamite or whatever. I think the match with Shida and Harley, I think Harley's fine. I think Harley's improving, but I mean, Shida's brilliant. I think Shida absolutely run rings around her. I think she's great. I would like to see a promo after winning the belt here. I know she's done the best as Shida vignette, but I'd like to see a proper promo. I think that's where you work Persephone and Statlander into it. But I feel like they're very necessary. Maybe Mina, you get Mina in there too. But I feel like obviously the TBS stuff with Shida, it's really interesting to me. I'm looking forward to how this portrays. I hope we get a good little... I hope this sets the tone and sets what we're doing with it. I feel like that's what's important for me. But either way, I'm looking forward to this. Obviously, I think Shida will do well. I hope there is something with Persephone and Stat. But I'm glad Shida's won the belt. I'm looking forward to this reign. I really am. I'm really looking forward to this reign. However, we're going to talk about the me match of the fucking year. We're going to talk about one of them. Oh my God. We have got Ring of Honor World Champion Bandido versus Katsuyori Shibata. Oh my... Oh my God, when they announced this made me lose my mind. I cannot believe this is a match. They tried to say, oh, it might be Brian Keefe, like Brian Keefe was going to beat Bandido for the belt. I don't care. We're getting a Shibata singles match. We're getting a Bandido singles match. And it's like, oh my God. You don't understand how hyped I am for this match. You don't. Bandido to me is one of my favourite wrestlers in the world. Shibata is one of my favourite wrestlers ever. This is going to be incredible. And the way Shibata hits, how hard he hits, opposed to Bandido. The Bandido 21 plex is going to hit like crack. Bandido's chest is going to be red as... Oh my God. You don't get it. If this doesn't excite you, if this isn't the main event, I'm actually going to be livid. I don't care. Like, normally I'm like, oh yeah, give the match to Shida or whatever. No, this has to be the main event. This is the me match. This is all for me. Oh my God, this is beyond perfection. I cannot wait. This will probably get a separate video because I've just got a feeling this is going to blow my little mind. I cannot wait. I think Bandido retains, but it was up to me. I don't care. I do not care. I want Shibata to win a belt because the aura, but Jesus, just... Oh, this is good. I can't really articulate how excited I am for this. This is going to be incredible. I'm just excited for Shibata singles matches anyway, but against someone like Bandido for the Ring of Honor belt, you keep Bowens and Hook away. You keep them fuckers away. I swear to God, if there's any sort of interference or any sort of something with the match, I swear to God, I'll be livid. I will be absolutely livid. Don't even tempt that. But as a match, this is going to be incredible. Not even just because they're hyped for it. The two of them will have great chemistry, I'm sure of it. I don't think they've faced each other before. I cannot wait. I really can't wait for this. This is going to be stellar. Definitely a me match. I don't care. This is peak. Big shock that was announced, which it's going to be the opener. They've confirmed it's going to be the opener. Is we're going to get the return of Hangman Page, which is wild. I don't know why they won't announce it. I think that's stupid. They've done this with Eddie Kingston a while ago, and I'm still not over that. I think that's kind of stupid, and look how that went. It does make me a bit worried, but he's just cutting a promo. I think, obviously, there's a few things he's got to go over. Obviously, it's the first time we've seen him since he's lost to Max, so you've got the whole thing of Max losing the belt now to Kenny, the stuff with Ospreay, the stuff with Swerve. And even with Max, there's so much for Hangman to go over. I don't know what the angle is. I feel like the angle is they've got to congratulate Kenny. I feel like there's something like that, and I feel like there's going to be a tease of something with Ospreay and Swerve, but not yet. I think he'll go, I'll have to speak to them or whatever. But I think we'll get a match announced for Dynamite, which should happen. I don't know who that'll be against. But I feel like, or maybe he says, Ospreay, I need to talk to you on Dynamite, because obviously the whole stuff with Moxley is a big deal. Hangman's a real big player in this. It feels like this is kind of out of nowhere now, and it's very, very confusing. But I don't like the fact that they announced this earlier. I think they should have either announced this last week or just not announced it at all. Let it be a huge surprise. The pop he could have got would have been absolutely incredible. But I'm looking forward to how this goes. I think it's got to acknowledge Kenny. I think it's definitely the introductory is to congratulations to Kenny and stuff, and obviously he can't challenge for the belt. Obviously touch on that. There's a lot to catch up on here, but I think this will be really, really good. I'm happy the Hangman's back. I've missed the Hangman. I made a video on that a while ago. I love Hangman, but I think it's a bit silly that they pre-announced it. But yeah, that is everything that's announceable. Hangman being announced pretty late on is pretty wild, and honestly, I don't like it, but I'm just happy he's back. I don't care. I'm happy he's back. He's a real spanner in the works, and that's really good. So that's everything announced so far for Collision. Do I think anything else will happen? I think you got to have a lot of fallout from the Kenny and Max match last week. Obviously, I think you'll get a backstage segment with Max that wasn't shown off. I think you'll get something with Ospreay and Kenny, even Ospreay and Moxley and stuff like that. I think the stuff with Tekla, with Mercedes and Willow, I think that's got something to be addressed. And obviously Fletcher with the now new international belt. I feel like that's something to be touched on. Same with Andrade, having the match against Jake Doyle next week. I think there's a lot of setup here. I think you've got, obviously, the big things for me is Tekla, Willow. I think you're going to get a lot of segments here rather than matches. But match-wise, I feel like you can get something to do with maybe the Rascals. I like the Rascals. Same with Ricochet. I feel like that's something that's needed. And honestly, this Collision could do whatever. Beach Break was absolutely fantastic. Obviously, with the Kenny win, I'm still not over that. But I think there's so much you can do. I don't know what you do. I know. I don't know. Honestly, there's that many talent here that can really. You can say anyone. I'd like to see Jay White and the Bullet Club and the Bang Bang Gang. I feel like that's a necessity with the Dogs, because obviously they went on Dynamite. I think there's a lot of room here, and I would like to see something as a match take place with that. I think this could be, and obviously the Christian and Jay White stuff to kind of have a bit more development. But either way, I like all this. I like the stuff that they've announced. Absolutely brilliant. I'm looking forward to what else they can throw out, because this could be a really, really strong Collision. So, that's my thoughts and predictions for Collision tonight. Let me know what you think of the show, and how excited are you for Hangman retaining, obviously, but for the match of the fucking century for me. Yeah!